Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Welcome to All Souls, where we come together to love beyond belief. I am so glad you are here with us today, because this is indeed a day to celebrate. Let us then rejoice in it and be glad. Let us count our many blessings. Let us be grateful for the capacity to feel and understand. Let us be grateful for the incredible gift of life. And let us be especially grateful for the ties of love that bind us together, giving dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to all of our days. Please join with me wherever you are in affirming our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. From all that dwell below the skies, let faith and hope with love arise. Let beauty, truth, and good be sung through every land, by every tongue. Amen. I have a lovely story for you today, written by Tamara LeBak, one of our own ministers here for many years, whose daughter Beckett is sometimes with us. And the illustrations, the pictures, are by Laurel Williamson, whose daughters Logan and Devon are often with us as well. So we're really lucky. And this is a coloring book. So none of these pictures are colored in. And if you look online, we should have these downloadable so you can print them out and color them yourselves. This is a special story for our Flower Communion Sunday. It is called Rose Goes to Church. I hope you enjoy it. It explains a little bit about what Flower Communion means here at our church and at churches really all over the world. Unitarian churches have been celebrating Flower Communion for a long, long time. Let me tell you about it. There are wildflowers and tulips. There are bluebonnets and bachelor buttons. There are morning glories and daisies. And there are many, many different colors of roses. Over the years, Laurel has taken all sorts of different flowers to church for Flower Communion. One year, she even brought an oak leaf from the mighty oak tree that stands taller than any other in her yard. Each year, Laurel's mother always takes a single pink rose from the same bush in the garden. The pink roses come from a rose bush that Laurel's great-grandmother, Maja Čapek, carried over from her homeland. Roses are the national flower of the Czech Republic, and great-grandmother Maja wanted to bring some of her native country with her when she came to America. Great-grandmother Maja then taught her daughter Mila, and grandmother Mila taught Laurel's mother exactly how to grow a garden full of pink Czech roses. This year, Laurel decided that she too would choose a soft pink rose from her great-grandmother's rose bush to take to church for Flower Communion. Every spring in Laurel's garden, the flowers would awaken from their winter sleep, curious about what they would discover in the world. Some would bloom in the garden and remain in the yard where they were planted. Some were brought on a short journey to the kitchen table, where they would watch the family eat and be together. Some were brought in a bundle to offer their fragrance to a neighbor or a friend. And some flowers were chosen to go to church for flower communion. Laurel and her family went to the garden to choose who would go on this very special journey. Laurel's little brother chose a sprig from the pine tree. Her dad chose a yellow tulip, and Laurel and her mother each picked a beautiful check rose. It was an amazing adventure for the flowers. Out of the little garden and into the house, each one tried to take in as much as they could of the new sights around them. The flowers all traveled with the family by car to the church, and they had never moved so fast with their roots free from the ground. Laurel's flower Rose felt a bit dizzy. When they arrived at the church, Laurel placed Rose in a large vase among the other excited flowers, each unique and each with a story to tell. More and more flowers came to the vase, and all the flowers were different and beautiful. There were many flowers Rose had never seen before, and as soon as her stem touched the water in the vase, Rose felt magical, like she'd grown 10 feet tall. Rose could feel the strength of all the other flowers, and she no longer felt dizzy. From the vase, she felt the courage to open her petals proud and wide. After the vase was filled with flowers, it was carried into the sanctuary. The sanctuary was filled with sunlight. The vase was carried down a long aisle to the front and placed on a table by a big window. Rose could see the whole church, and she beamed knowing that everyone there were enjoying her gifts. She beamed knowing that everyone there was enjoying her gifts. All the flowers were standing tall and proud and were offering their best. Outside the window, Rose could see a magnificent pine tree. It seemed to have the strength of an entire forest. She knew this pine was watching over all those in the congregation. Then Rose heard the whole congregation say the words of the church covenant. There was singing and silence, prayer and meditation. Then the ministers came and blessed the flowers. And at the end of the service, the flowers were taken to the foyer. Rose was so happy and proud she was glowing. She couldn't wait to see what happened next. As the people left the sanctuary, each one came to the vase. Rose could see their faces, and she realized they were just like the flowers. They had each come from a different garden and had all made their own journey to the church. Each one was nourished by the same sustaining source. Rose admired their unique beauty as they came and chose a different flower to take home. Then Rose felt a hand around her own stem, and a nose brushed her petals. It was her turn to be chosen. A man with a big smile lifted her from the vase. She heard him talk lovingly to his friends about his mother and his grandmother's garden. His mother had loved pink roses too, and he couldn't wait to place Rose in a special bud vase in the window. Rose's trip to church had helped her feel special. She was proud to be a flower among so many different kinds of flowers. Rose's trip to church reminded her that she was blessed and that her life had been and always would be a blessing. The end. The Unitarian Flower Communion Service originated in 1923 with Dr. Norbert Chopik founder of the Unitarian movement in Czechoslovakia. On the last Sunday before the summer recess of the Unitarian Church in Prague, the largest in the world at that time, all the children and adults participated in this colorful ritual which gives concrete expression to the humanity-affirming principles of our free faith. Čapek asked each member to bring a flower to symbolize their individual character. The flowers together were a symbol of being together in one spiritual community. Then, as the congregants went home, each one was to take one flower just as it was, without making any distinction of where it came from or who it represented. This ritual shows that we accept each other as brothers and sisters without regard to class, race, or any other distinction. When the Nazis took control of Prague in 1940, they found Dr. Čapek's gospel of inherent worth and beauty of every human person to be too dangerous to the Reich for him to be allowed to live. Dr. Čapek was sent to Dachau, where he was killed the following year. This gentle man suffered a cruel death, but his message of human hope and decency lives on through his flower communion. I hope to be able to celebrate it with you again soon.
I have a new hymn for us this week. It's called Sanctuary. We'll be talking a lot about sanctuary as we move into the summer months, how to be one, how to have one. The words to this hymn are pretty simple. It goes like this. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. This is how it goes. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy, loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Go and be blessed, and be a blessing. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of